And among those remaining 4, 2 Americans, Rio Wild, Bridger Deaton. They will be in the next match. But first things first, a showdown right here between Peter Elzinga and Pierre-Julien Deloche. And this should be an excellent, outstanding match, as the 33-year-old Peter Elzinga, ranked 3rd in the world and 2nd in the World Cup rankings, 16-3 in match play this year, and in head-to-head battles against Pierre-Julien Deloche, all tied up at 2 apiece.
2 Europeans here. The next match will be 2 from USA. These are the strong nation in compound. Here, Peter Elzinga from Netherlands, a strong nation in archery with 60-pound bow.
And here is a good look at Pierre-Julien Deloche, who had to fight just like Peter Elzinga did to come back in the quarterfinals and win their quarterfinal match to get to the semis. #1 in the world, the Admiral from France, the officer in the French Navy.
Yeah, Pierre-Julien is shooting very well since a couple of years, a little bit more, and very consistent in almost all tournaments. He goes very far in the matches. He used also a strong bow, 59, so only 1 pound difference between the bow weight of both competitors. It's nothing.
And both of these gentlemen have been in this situation before. In fact, this is the 5th appearance in the World Cup finals for Pierre-Julien Deloche. And for Peter Elzinga, he competed in 2006 in the World Cup finals, made it to the gold medal match where he lost to Rio Wild. He'd like another shot at Rio, assuming Rio gets to the gold medal match, and that's not a guarantee, not going up against Bridger Deaton. So the Dutchman gets off to a flying start.
Yeah, despite a little tension in the bow hand, we see a little movement. It's a good arrow. Nice opening. Perfect. Yeah.
Pierre showing pinpoint precision.
Explosive, but not too much. Nice shot. Body is not perfectly aligned, but very still.
9,9, net erbuiten.
Ooh, just outside that
yes.
10 ring. And on television, it looks like it's quite a bit outside that 10 ring, but in reality, it's very close.
It is, yes. A little long, but oh, very good.
Almost split the first arrow.
Ooh.
For Pierre-Julien Deloche, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it gives confidence when you see your arrow group. Here also, the group is okay, but a little high, a little right at 1 o'clock. He needs to adjust his sight a bit. Maybe too explosive, this one. Yeah, maybe force a little bit on the end. Some arrows, when you force like this, you misalign your body because you provide force around your bow shoulder and you create an horizontal lever. So you misalign your body, push a bit more, and finally the arrow is too high.
So Pierre, perfect on his first 2 shots. Just off the mark a little bit on his 3rd shot, and Peter Elzinga with 28 points, trailing by 1. But bear in mind, this morning in the quarterfinals, Peter Elzinga was trailing by 3 points after the first 3 arrows, and he was able to come back against Alexander Dambayev and beat him by 1 point, 145 to 144. So Peter should not be phased at all being in this position. He's close, he's right in there, hanging with Pierre-Julien Deloche, down by just 1.
Yeah, it is well known in archery, but in almost all sport, Dutch athletes and Flammy shots are very tough competitors. They don't give up like this. So he's using a kisser, you see on the lips, this small ball. It's a mark to have the string always at the same spot on the face, on the lips.
We heard a ship about to set sail.
Wow, it's still
here in Lausanne, and I think Pierre heard that ship also setting sail on the naval officer.
Previous holes, so he's very accurate.
In fact, wouldn't you say he looks a little bit more relaxed than he did this morning in the quarterfinal match, when he was really under the gun?
And determined, maybe, also.
He was in a real battle with Chauhan this morning, Rajat Chauhan of India.
Watch.
And he's in a real battle.
Side by side.
He's in a big battle right now with Peter Elzinga, who's not giving much ground at all.
Yeah, the 10 are not so centered, but they are 10, so it's the same value, same score.
Paints the circle in the center of that target with 3 straight 10s.
10
on the line.
But nice shot both. Very interesting.
Both archers raising the level of their games right now. In the semifinals of the 2014 World Cup Finals here in Lausanne, Switzerland. 59-58, your score.
Obviously, last Thursday, Pierre-Julien Deloche did a good practice because his coach is saying you have the feeling of Thursday in your arms, so keep it, play with it.
Pierre getting a lot of moral support from his family. His mother lives in the Lausanne area. She's in the crowd today, attending. Pierre able to come here a couple of days before the World Cup Finals, get some relaxation as well as some practice in, be around family. He's comfortable, very, very focused.
Keeps the form while the arrow is propelling the arrow. Keeps the same form, no change. This is very good.
So Deloche, who's been on the World Cup scene since 2007, competing internationally for the last 7 years, holding on to a precarious 1-point lead over Peter Elzinga, the gold medalist in Medellin this year. Peter looking for his second gold medal of the summer.
Peter's 10 are not so in the middle, but they are 10. So
they're effective.
Yes. A lot of perfect shots here.
Pierre, the picture of perfection. Another 10.
Faster, more fluid. 2 arrows side by side could help to recreate the confidence. Be patient.
And the patience pays off.
When he's long, the arrows are often quite high. You see, twice like this, but it's still a 10, so fine. Faster, better group, a little high, maybe some sighting, and it's okay now.
Looks like he caught the line.
Yeah, I think so. Should be a 30.
Ooh, a 9 by Pierre.
Maybe. Yeah, he was surprised. He said, yeah, wait.
So we could be tied, depending upon that third shot of that end for Peter Elzinga of the Netherlands. Peter putting it on the line, and now the judges will step in, and we'll have to wait for their call.
In both sides, the coach are doing their best to help the archers to find the proper form, especially mindset, proper feeling, proper rhythm.
So we await the decision of the judges to see if that is indeed a 10 for Peter Elzinga. The 9 by Pierre-Julien Deloche on his third shot of that end may have changed the complexion of this match. And we may be tied as they step up to the shooting line. And we are indeed tied at 88 all. So it's 88 all to start the fourth end. Peter.
What a very good group. I hope he will sight a bit. because he's shooting a bit high. Could be risky.
Deloche needed to match. He does not. That's back-to-back nines now.
He was so accurate, and yeah, coach tell him, breathe, breathe.
So Elzinga now in front by 1, but may have given it back if Pierre can shoot a 10.
He lost his line when he was releasing. This is why he used the drift on the right.
Pierre punches up another 10. And we're tied once again at 107.
Good answer for sure, but he should keep a better line upon release. 28.
And now Pierre can go back in front. There it is. So he gave it away and then he took it back.
Yes, their group both were not so good. Why? Is it the tension? Is it the wind? It's not very windy. The weather is nice and it is quite protected, in fact. So I suppose it's probably the tension, the fear of winning or losing is possible.
Those thoughts start to creep in.
Obviously, this is why, because the coach gives a lot of recommendation on how to breathe, to relax. So certainly the coach felt the anxiety of the archers.
So 117, 116 right now. Pierre-Julien Deloche, who's had the lead most of the way. Elzinga caught him and tied him up at 88 all after the 12th arrow. They were tied at 107 in the 4th end, but the 2 nines by Peter Elzinga on his last 2 shots of that 4th end opened the door for Pierre-Julien Deloche to come back and regain the lead, and he's got the 1-point advantage with 3 shots to shoot. Sings another one in there.
You see, there is no hole in the left low and low part. Low left, no hole. All these holes are high right. It's a shame.
Pierre puts down another 10.
I think this is mainly the big difference. One has a good sighting, the other one not yet. But Pierre-Julien did several perfect shots. Well centered, but some mistakes. Still high.
Heading down the wire, it is neck and neck. Can ill afford to make a mistake, but now we're tied at 136 all with the last arrow left to be shot. Unless we go to a shoot-off. Elzinga, another 10.
Perfect.
10s across the board, 3 straight 10s. Hits the jackpot and puts the pressure all on the shoulders of #1 Pierre-Julien Deloche. Has to have a 10 to tie this up and go to the shoot-off, and here we go. We are headed for the shoot-off as Pierre comes through in the clutch. What great shooting by both of these men.
Yeah, it was a tough match, not easy for each one. Pierre-Julien was very well accurate at the beginning and did some little mistakes. Not big, eh? But since Peter has a lot of experience, he was very consistent despite a lack of accuracy, despite a sighting a bit high.
So Peter Elzinga, when you're as good as he is, you get your name on your shoes. And Peter is that good. Peter Elzinga having an outstanding year. Started off slow, finished 33rd at stage 1 in Shanghai, then came up with the biggest win of his career outdoors, winning in Medellin at stage 2. Along the way, defeating Bridger Deaton and Rio Wild. Picked up 10 points in Antalya, 13 more in Wrocław. And now heading to the shoot-off against Pierre-Julien Deloche, the Admiral, who won the final stage in Wrocław, defeating Rio Wild after wins over Martin Damsbo, and ironically enough, in Wrocław, Pierre-Julien Deloche defeated Peter Elzinga. So Elzinga now in the rematch, trying to return the favor from Poland.
When you did the match ahead and finally you have to play the shoot-off, sometimes you are a bit disappointed. We'll see what happens.
Closest to the center will determine the outcome. One shot to do it. And a 9 for Peter Elzinga. Not what he had in mind. Not at all. Door wide open for Pierre-Julien Deloche. And the Admiral, I believe, is closer to the center of the target. They both shoot 9s, but that looks like the winner to me.
Julien shot closer to the center. Normally it's okay for him. But both were low.
And the decision goes to Pierre-Julien Deloche. The Admiral sails off with the victory in a shoot-off.
He did most of the match ahead. It's quite logical. He showed a lot of accuracy, very, very accurate. He said, have you seen, he has shown, I was very stressed.
It's been stressful all day for Pierre. He hasn't done anything the easy way. He had to come from behind in his quarterfinal match earlier today against Rajat Chauhan of India to win it 146 to 145. And here he has to go to a shoot-off against Peter Elzinga and finally wins it, as his 9 was the better 9, closer to the center of the target. So PJ